Hi there. If you've been watching Gail's channel, you will see that she created a beautiful star-shaped card. But hers was, I think 12 centimetres along the base, along here. And it got me to thinking, what if you want to make a card that's a different size? So I started working out the dimensions for a card that was half the size. This one is 6 inches along the base here. So it really got me thinking about how I might be able to measure that and work out any size of card that I wanted to. So this is what I got to thinking and working out. Now I will put this into a free download somewhere so you can work this out for yourself. But here's what you need to do. Whatever base of a triangle you need to do, you need to first draw a line. So mark your start point there. If you can see this, I might need to do this in a black pen actually. Mark your start point here at 0. Okay, and I'm going to do this in centimetres because that's easier for me, but it really will work in any kind of size, regardless of centimetres or inches. So this one I'm going to do for, let me see, 16 centimetres. Okay, so you draw out 16 centimetres, gone too far, and do an end point there. So hopefully you can see that there. And you also need to mark the middle of that, which of course will be 8 centimetres here. So if you make it easy on yourself, make it a number that will divide easily into. And then get yourself either a set square or some kind of protractor like this. And you need to work out 90 degrees exactly from that middle point that you just marked. So that's 90. So you can see there my point. Okay, I'll get rid of that, you don't need that anymore. And then draw a line between those two. It doesn't really matter how long that is, I will do it in more than 16. Okay, they do this in pencil obviously, I'm just doing this in pen so that it shows up a little bit more easily. And then you need to put the end of your ruler at this point here, the end of your base. Mark it there and then make your 16, move it backwards until it crosses the line here. And you might have to move your ruler around a little bit until you actually get it right. And then draw. And the end point of that is that line should also be exactly the same length as this line. That's what you want. You want an equilateral triangle, for those of you who remember geometry at school. So 16. You can just draw a point between them, but you know, if you want to be sure, you'll measure. And there we go. Okay, now the next thing you need to do is to make a mark here. Okay, between halfway along that line and the same on this line. So mark your 8 centimetres there in this case, and then you draw a line between this point and the point opposite. Now if you're somebody who hates measuring, I know there are some of you out there, this is not the thing for you. Although technically speaking you probably only have to do this once if you're looking to make a whole bunch of cards the same size. Okay, because what you're actually really working out here is where the bold points need to lie. So you've got your centre point here where all 3 lines cross. And then what you need to do is you need to connect these points here with that point there. There. And this one. The base. Like that. And then from there to the base. Okay, now these 3 lines here are your fold lines, first fold line. Like that, you can see fold line. And this is, on these big cards, the equivalent of this fold line here. where your first point starts to go up. Now obviously that's all very well, but you need to also work out where this fold line goes as well. Now this is where the trickery comes in. You need to measure the difference between this point here and this point here. So whatever that is, measure it, and in this case it's 2.3, and then you mark out from here the same point like that, and then 2.3 there, and then you draw a line between them like that, and that is your second fold line. And you could probably even do it a little bit smaller, but what it means is that you need this point to come over to here, and you really want it to sort of meet about there. So if you do this line a little bit smaller than the difference between there and there, then you know that it's not going to go too far and mess up your card. And you do the same thing, fold line, of course, over here and over here. Once that's done, you cut out your card and you do your fold line. Now what you can do is, like I said, if you're planning to make a lot that are the same size, you can cut your card out. So let me just do that very roughly. And you can use this as a template. I mean, I would cut more carefully if I was doing this for a real template. And then, assuming that you have a scoreboard like this, what you can then do is to put this against the back wall and work out back piece here, and then work out where that fold line is. So that is, I mean, this is in inches, so let me flip this over. So there, yeah, this is at 7 centimeters, so I'm going to draw that fold line there, and then this one is at just about 9.5 inches, slightly over, and then you can turn it around, and without having to mark it, you can then do the same things there. So once you've worked out where you need to draw these lines on your template, you can then just draw around this, slap your piece of nice sort of paper, slap it on there if it's being cut out, and then draw where your fold line needs to be. Okay, so it can be really quick. You don't necessarily have to do this every single time you want to make a card. You only need to do it the first time when you actually want to sort of make up a template, and that will work for any size of card, no matter what that you choose to use, as long as every single side of your template is completely equal and you're able to work out the halfway point. Then you'll be able to work out every single other point that is on here. Like I said, I will have a download with written instructions so that you can take that away completely free. You can take that away if you want to, and then sort of get creating. So happy Christmas.